good. It's great that you guys listen to community feedback and putting those things in that people have been asking for. Let's talk a little bit about confidence. And confidence was a big issues that some had with the game last year, and they felt that it wasn't tuned very well, and people would lose, and their confidence would tank. And then what made it really tough for CFM people like us at Sports Gamers Online, who we run a lot of leagues, and we have a lot of people in the in the leagues that sometimes the guy might drop off, he might lose, and we bring somebody else in, and the team is totally tanked in confidence, and zero across the board. And so, what kind of things have you done to address that and the confidence issues?
Yeah, nothing. No, I'm kidding.
All right, we're done.
No, so we've done a lot. Our Josh Lumen and Scott Portman, two designers, we spent all year, those guys focused on just tuning all the aspects of CFM, and that goes for confidence, progression, regression, draft classes, all those things. So they spent a lot of effort trying to get confidence right. Confidence is a whole lot better. We've tuned the maximum amount that you can be affected by having low confidence way down. So the maximum you can go down is 3 OVR now. The maximum you can go up is 3 OVR now. And we're a little bit more forgiving in the middle. So it's like, if you have a couple bad games, you probably won't go down. But like if you're having like 2, 3, 4 really bad games, you'll start to go down. It'll be 1, then 2, and you're affected in the most important attributes for your position. So it's still very important. It's still very much in the game, but it is something that's a lot easier to manage, and it isn't the only thing you have to manage in order to have a successful CFM.
Also, you gave some new features in the off-season where you can do things to boost confidence up some as well, right?
Yeah, there's new off-season, they're really like training camp type things where there's special events that show up and allow you to greatly boost the confidence of guys who ended the season bad.
Awesome. One great addition that people ask for from the community is practice. You guys added an ability to practice with your team. Yep. Do you get any confidence or XP boosts from doing those practice at all, or is it just kind of a free practice and that's it?
Yeah, no, there's nothing gained in there. There's no injuries in there. It's like safe land. Yeah, you don't spend anything, you don't lose anything, you don't gain anything.
And it's your offense versus your defense, I assume?
Yeah, it's your offense versus your defense. We did not add practice teams this year. But it was absolutely, like coming out of our, the second to last community event with the CFM guys.
Working on getting there.
We had them stack rank all the things that were the most important to them. And that was number 1. And so we went back, looked at what it would take to get it in. We had at that point we had a little bit of extra time, so that was a bigger feature to get in, but we were able to kind of bite the bullet and get that thing in. And then when they came back the last time, we showed them that it was there. Their minds were blown. They're like, "Oh my God, you listened!" It's like, well, we always want to listen. It's just whether or not we have the time to react and do what you ask for.
You only have a certain amount of resources, certain amount of developers to get stuff in, so totally understand. But as far as the practice, like that's something people ask for, and you guys totally delivered on. Another thing I've always heard about is bringing your team outside of the CFM. Is that something that you guys are looking at? Maybe like I could play my buddy with my CFM team versus his. Or that's something that's really tough to achieve that might be hard to accomplish.
It's definitely something we've thought about. It's definitely something we've talked about internally. We hear the asks for it outside from the community. It's not in the game this year, obviously, and it's something I hope to get to at some point. I just can't.
Like an export feature, export your CFM team, or that's something of that nature.
Something like that. Yeah, I don't know what it would be exactly, but it would have to. There's a lot of work that has to happen before that can happen. So it's not like we can just go build it right now and it'll work. It's. I hate to use the words non-trivial, but it's non-trivial.
Yeah, no, I understand. You guys have a certain amount of resources to get stuff done. The game's looking really great this year. We're excited to hear about more CFM info, if more is coming, or maybe some.
We're not holding anything back so much as we did a couple little things late that from that last community event. The community guys gave us we stack ranked again. They gave us their top 6 or 7. I don't remember how it was. I think we were able to get to about 4 of them. So they're smaller features, smaller tunes, tweaks that we got to, and I think you're going to be pretty happy with a couple.
One of those things, the draft board?
Yeah. One of those things was the draft board. And I know I explained this on Shop's channel. I'll try and do the really fast forward version of it for you guys. But basically the draft board it's really more of a watch list. and it's something we can build on for the future for sure. Again, the future is, I don't know. I know I've seen some stuff on Twitter, or Operation Sports as well. Well, this means that they're going to officially do like a real draft board with AI next year. No, it doesn't mean that. It means
You guys hear that? You guys hear that? One thing does not mean the other.
Yeah, it means that we have a foundation. We've made some improvements. We're listening. We definitely want to deliver all these things for you guys. They all take time. They're going to come as soon as we can get them, and in the priority that you guys actually do help us set. So it's not like we're not listening. But I think that it's a good step in the right direction, right? You know, it's like you guys get your watch list. You can't order it 1 to N, but you get the guys that you really are interested in a single list without all the chaff. That is a huge improvement in your quality of life of the CFM drafter.
Awesome. And we love all the new things, this additional tools you're giving CFM commissioners in this year. One
of the things that I don't think is getting any play at all, but it's like a cool little feature, is getting the list of the CFM members into the main menu. It's actually a selectable tab in the main menu, and you see your list of all the players in your league. You can scroll through it right there, see who's online, see who's played their game, see who's set to autopilot. It's all right there in the main menu. There's no going and fishing for it. You can invite new members to your league from that same menu. No one's talking about it, but I think it's a really cool feature for you guys.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome to hear. The more you can give to commissioners, the better. We love that, and it's really cool that you guys have focused on CFM. Not that you always are focused on CFM, but a lot of guys get the wrong idea that MUT is the focus of Madden. But I'm glad to hear you say these things and show that CFM is just as or more important, or all equally important as all the modes in Madden. Yeah. So we're really glad to hear that.
Yeah, it's absolutely important. It's not. I spent more of my resources on CFM last year than any other mode. So it's absolutely important to me. I want to make it great. I want to make it fun. I want you guys to be super excited to go check it out every year and see all the cool new stuff we added. Speaking of, I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if I've said this on camera yet.
First time. Here we go.
I may have. I've done a lot of these.
Exclusive.
Maybe. But we actually eliminated the penalty for switching positions in CFM.
Wow. That's big.
That's one of the things that was requested by the community guys. So there's no penalty for switching. You can switch not anything, but anything that was a valid switch last year, you can do. We may have
right in the DT and those things. Not like quarterback. I mean, cornerback to quarterback or anything like that.
No, and you can't make your DT the quarterback either. So they all have to make sense. And I think there was by community request, 1 or 2 were added and/or removed, and I don't remember what they were. I'm sorry. We added the ability to do that willy-nilly with no penalty. However, to make sure that your leagues are still good and sound and behaving correctly, we added a transaction log entry every time somebody does that. So you can set up some house rules, commissioners can police it, make sure that nobody's abusing the we'll call it a gift, but the ability to do that in whatever rules you guys want inside of your CFMs.
Awesome. Exclusive, first time you heard it here first here on SGO. And we're happy. We're so happy that we came here to get our hands on the game and the CFM mode. Madden 16 is looking great, and we'll have more coverage for you guys. Thanks. Appreciate it. Have a good one.